the judge.
Another one?
Ethan! Well, you're a sheriff?
All rise. We are gathered here today to debate on the matter of capital punishment and life in jail, and perhaps any other methods of punishment that may be used in place of these. If you act out of order, you will immediately be escorted out of the room. However, you may still ask questions at the appropriate times. You may be seated. Each side, 4 persons each, will be given 50 seconds to make their opening statements, starting with the supporters of the death penalty.
Well, if you commit a serious crime, you should face the death penalty, because if you murder somebody, why should you deserve to live? Because if you kill somebody else, then you are going to jail and getting cared for and fed, and you have nothing, no problems really, except for the fact that you're in jail. So why should you get to live if they die?
Okay. So, was that a question? Okay. This is the people that were innocent, but the ones that say free, they got free, but the ones who didn't, they got killed but they were innocent. So you can go over those. Those were all innocent people, and some of them got killed for doing nothing. And most of them served for 16 years in prison, and they were innocent.
Okay. Now, each side will be given 2 minutes to state your reasons for making your arguments. Supporters of the death penalty should start.
Well, like you said, if people have been killed even though they're innocent, but how long ago was that? How long ago were most of those? Like the most recent?
Since 2000 through
Okay.
2007.
But now the DNA testing has improved so much that it's very hard not to get the right person anymore.
Well, they still got the wrong person.
Okay, but this
even
was back,
in 2000.
This was
Even in 2000, the DNA testing was good.
2000, but now it's 2013. Technology has gotten way better since 13 years.
2007 was like 5 years ago.
Okay, but technology still has gotten better since then.
I know it has.
But
If I may interfere, please. I actually did some research on Kimberly, a girl that was executed, because she apparently, in her house, in the living room, there was a dead body, supposedly, and blood was all around in the living room. Nobody cleaned it up, and she was the only one in there. The body was never found, but the police did find that the water was running at the time. They suspected, lots of people suspected that it was her, that she just cleaned up and left the body somewhere else, disposed of it. But she was indeed innocent, as you may see at that paper, or by the facts of CaliforniaInnocenceProject.org.
well, we don't kill that many people in America, because last year we only killed 43 people. They added 77 inmates to death row, and there was a total of 3,170 people on death row. But there was 6 million people in prison total. So obviously they only kill the people who really deserve it and did a really horrible, serious crime.
Yeah, but Texas had half of those
43 out of 6 million.
Order.
Tex-
Order. Okay. Now you shall give your reasons for 2 minutes.
Okay. Start.
Okay, the reason we think that it should be illegal or not accepted in these United States of America is that, as I already said, there are a lot of cases where people might suspect that it was somebody, but it wasn't. Like I said, innocent people, that's not even half. On those 3 sheets of paper, that's about 30%. Because I didn't have time to print the rest. Mostly. Here is a story of, her name is Susan Johnson, who was on death row and killed because she murdered a child. She was a daycare person. She took care of many little children who loved her. But the case was that she was feeding a baby. The baby fell off the high chair. And not only that, but it died. The baby died. Most people were pointing towards her for her fault, but it wasn't.
The parents left her in charge with that child.
Then it was the parents' fault.
No, why would she live in the high chair and let it fall off?
It's a high chair, it's a baby.
She should be sitting there watching
She should be sitting there watching
She
it,
should
taking
watch
care of
TV
it.
and
That
do
is her
something else
job.
and let
Okay,
it sit
so
there.
you have the reflection time to catch a baby that weighs
Yes, she
20
should be feeding it.
How,
Or
She
something.
was feeding
should be
it.
sitting
I'm
there
sorry.
watching
It
the
said she
baby.
was a daycare lady.
Watching it.
She has other children to take care of too, not only that one baby.
You can't
So
just
she
leave
just let it
the
sit
one
there
baby.
and took
The
care of
other
different
should be
baby.
able-
It was in
in
the
a high
kitchen.
chair.
The other
high
kids
chair.
should be able
This
to
little
watch
baby.
themselves for enough time.
Okay. What if there was a kid that got kicked or something, or it was down on the
Well,
ground?
there
hurt?
was.
Poor
So
child.
that's
Maybe
not
How
buy
fair.
a
were
Band-Aid.
you there?
Order.
I know from the facts.
We need to haul
She
him
was
to the
sitting there
hospital.
feeding it.
Okay. Now you may ask for 4 minutes, we may ask each other questions about your arguments.
Go first.
Starting with you, Ken.
Do you know how much it costs to kill somebody?
$2 million.
How much it costs to
How
have
much does
someone
it
for
cost?
1 year?
Yeah. And just think of that.
Yeah.
Life in prison.
It costs $2 million to execute somebody. It costs $168,000 a year
Per year.
to
So if
hold
someone
If you
walks
go
away
in
at
as a
20,
If you
teenager,
go in as an
You
18-year-old
go in as
and
a
you live
teenager.
for 90 and you live in prison for
that
70 years,
is way more
that's
than
gonna
2
add up
million.
to
Well, they also have a chance
Lot of
to
money.
be innocent.
Well, they don't.
You're
It costs
prison.
Life in
it
prison.
costs 10 times more to execute somebody than to have them for life in prison.
for 1 year. For prison in 1 year, it costs $168,000. It costs $2 million to kill somebody. If you go in and you're 18, you get out of you die in prison, you're 98, 70 years or 80 years. That will add up to 168,000 times 80. That's a lot more than 2 million.
What about 43 times 2 million? And some even cost more than that.
Okay, that would be 84 million,
Go
but
back
that's
to the lecture.
per year. How many people are in life in prison right now?
6 million? Like
For life in prison.
Oh, for life.
Well,
Unprepared.
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 Well, we all know that the United States is having some problem with money right now, but have you thought about the victim's needs?
that means
The
that they
victim
get-
is dead. The victim can't have anything.
What about
The victim's family.
They want
What
the
ab-
other person that killed him dead.
What about the buried? Like, to have them buried, to have the funeral, to make the food for the funeral?
And just to think, to make the food for the rest of their lives.
The
That
death
they
penalty?
they get 3 meals, dessert, drink. I mean,
TV. Say you were poor. Say
we
you're
don't
a-
get anything. We're
Say,
in school. We don't get anything. They
say
get more than us.
that you are like a poor homeless person and you go and kill somebody. You have nothing. You go to jail for the rest of your life. You get 3 meals, 3 free meals, a bed to sleep in, and a warm cell. That's not fair. How is that fair at all?
Because
Most
they're-
of the people in
most of the
solitary
people are
confinement.
crazy there
Okay,
and
but
kill each
Who
other.
If you're
deserve to
poor,
die?
if you're
Exactly,
poor,
they kill each
if you
other.
kill somebody, why is that like a reward? That's like being rewarded for doing a horrible,
Not if
horrible
you don't
thing.
even get to see anyone. You're locked up for almost 24 hours a day.
Hold this.
You're out there
How do
for
they kill each
3
other?
hours a day.
Wait, hold this. How do they kill each other if they can't see each other?
An hour a
if I'm
day.
C4
An
playing
hour
on
a day.
your watch?
And plus, they have roommates in their cells.
So
They
then
used to kill
technically
each
they
other.
do live with each other.
And they kill prison guards and stuff.
Yeah, so they should be killed.
Yeah.
So
Why
that
should
never
they be-
happens.
Yeah.
If you're in life in
They should
prison,
be killed because
you
they're
could commit
prisoners.
suicide because why would you want to sit in prison for forever? There's a suicide rate.
So why are you saying
Because of
it's
all those
heaven?
people.
How? By
Because listen, so you're poor, you have nothing. You kill somebody, you're basically getting rewarded by getting to go to jail and get 3 free meals and a bed and a warm place to live.
crappy meals.
It's still 3 meals. Say you had nothing and you kill
You'll
somebody.
die of starvation.
That's like getting rewarded for doing a horrible, horrible thing.
You're eating bugs in the woods and you go to.
But most of the people are in solitary confinement.
Are they? Are they really?
Yes, they are.
That's
And
still,
not every
that's
prison
still,
gives
it's
them
still
3
better
meals
than
and a
sitting on the
dessert.
street in
yeah,
a cardboard
some-
box
some-
with nothing.
Some people only get 2 meals a day.
No.
Yeah.
Where's the facts show
Still
that?
better than 0. You're gonna die
They're
sitting on
not-
the street than you are in jail.
I'd rather live a free man than locked up. Or
You'd
You'd
rather
starve
be
to
poor
death
and
then.
living in a box with nothing
And starve to death.
than be sitting in a
Yes,
cell
I would because I'm free.
with free
In-
medical care, free place to sleep, free meals, free
Toiletry.
everything. For the rest of
Yeah,
your life. You're
but how
provided
did
for
you?
for the rest of
Because
your life.
okay, they treat each other terrible. The prison guards treat them like crap.
They deserve it.
Yeah.
If you kill someone,
If you deserve it,
you
why
either
should you
die
get
or
rights? You shouldn't get rights
tortured.
because you basically.
If they
You
want
took away
them
someone
not,
else's
Major
rights
law.
in
if
life.
they want them to not keep killing people, then it's better to have them in jail because that way they can watch them.
No, it's
Whereas
not fair to
in
kill
the
'em
death
so they can
penalty,
never kill anybody
If you
it's
kill 'em-
just like satisfaction.
But if you kill them, they have absolutely no chance of ever killing anyone ever again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but some of them may choose to die instead of going to jail. So instead of giving them that satisfaction,
They still have
making
to
them
sit in jail
suffer
for a while. They can't
Yeah,
get
suffer.
executed right away. They have to sit in
Well-
jail for a little bit.
for a little bit,
All right.
whereas in
Order.
life.
You'll each be given 1 minute to make a closing statement. Closing death penalty will start.
Okay. We think that the death penalty should be illegal in the United States because there is enough killing already. The life in prison, like I said, it makes them suffer a bit more than just dying because some of them just want to be killed. And 18 states have already they're not letting execution happen in those states. All we need is a couple more to get the entire United States. Now, like I said, the victims' needs, the victims' families, they just maybe want them dead, or do they want them suffering for the rest of their lives? It's like committing suicide.
Is California
It's
one of
not
those states
suicide
that
when you
ban
kill
it?
someone
It's
else.
kind of like suicide. They want to die, execution.
It could also teach them a lesson about life.
Cut off the teeth.
We just read this story. He's in prison.
Order. So you guys have 1 minute to make your closing statement.
How could you learn a lesson? How could it be proven that you learned a lesson if you're going to sit in a cell for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
You could get chance to read books like he
But
did.
it'll give an example
That's
to the other
no-
people
there's
on the
no
street.
proof
Oh,
that
he
you
just
learned your
went.
lesson,
He
though.
just went to jail. We can do this too. We're gonna be fine.
And we can't-
We're gonna
But
get
if he
three
gets
free
killed,
meals,
they're all gonna say,
free healthcare,
"Oh, I don't
free
wanna
bed,
die."
free everything.
You can get free health care if you get a job. Homeless people, they could get a job. They could. The reason why people are homeless is because they're lazy on the
No.
streets.
There are lots of places where you can get help for those people.
Basically, would you rather rot in a jail cell or just have
Die
to
right away.
die right away and just get it over with?
Exactly, rot in a jail cell to make them suffer.
The question is, if you're willing to die, you're willing to kill.
I'm gonna sit up. I'm sorry. Okay.
If you're willing to kill, you're willing to die. And I'm guessing one of those states that banned that is California because it's California and messed up, and that's sad.
So you're saying Texas isn't messed up either?
No, Texas is messed up because they're killing people
Okay,
for
let's do that.
killing someone.
Best thing
They
ever.
deserve it.
Okay. Order. Jury will now leave the room for 3 minutes to confer with each other and make a final decision. Please come back in here immediately after you have made the decision. Thank you.